I'm ready for your lame-ass karate this time.
It's not lame-ass karate. It's Cobra Kai.
The realm of Cobra Kai is honestly two things put into one if you really think about it. Because on one hand, it's the continuation of the original Karate Kid movies. That's the first four, as the Jaden Smith one is non-canon for a variety of reasons. But it's also a new take on the franchise with an advanced storyline and a score of new characters helping carry the load. As such, there is a lot of behind-the-scenes secrets and knowledge that you might not know about. So allow us to show you 7 cool behind-the-scenes facts of Cobra Kai. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 7. The new view on the crane kick. If you watched the pilot for Cobra Kai, you'll know that it focuses on the legendary fight between Daniel and Johnny. But new versions of it were put into the opening scene, as exec producer John Hurwitz explains. One of the very first things we did when we sold Cobra Kai was ask Sony if they had access to unused footage shot for the original movies. They said they did, but the negatives were buried in salt mines far away, and they had no idea what kind of condition they'd be in. Fast forward a few months later, and it was like Christmas morning when we suddenly got an email with all sorts of unused goodies. This was especially helpful for us when putting together the very first scene of the show. We wanted to open with the iconic final fight from the original film, but show it more from Johnny's perspective to help get the audience on board for his journey. Incorporating unused camera angles of Johnny and especially a close-up of him getting kicked in the face by Daniel's famous crane kick really helped us achieve our vision. That vision was to put the focus on Johnny and how he went from on the mat in the tournament to on the mat in real life. I think it's safe to say that that is mission accomplished. Number 6. The Cobra Kai snake. At the end of each episode of Cobra Kai, the signature snake pops up to greet people to the end. But when it was on YouTube Red, that wasn't intentional. In fact, they were going to do something else to be more dramatic, but were told that YouTubers would click off if they were given any dead space. So they did the next on sequence, but to bridge the gap, we wanted to have something impactful that felt in the spirit of the show. We were on a deadline, so we all stayed late and were scrambling to figure something out. Luckily, our editor, Nick Mansour, quickly threw together that badass chrome end snake, and we all looked at each other and said, I guess that works. As time went on, the Johnny Lawrence and each of us absolutely fell in love with it. So when we had Johnny making his Cobra Kai dojo commercial, we knew he'd want to slap that same thing on at the end. That last bit is a reference to Johnny's Cobra Kai commercial that he did in response to the first Miyagi-Do commercial. So as the team put it, it was a true inside joke. Number 5. Cholo Maridueña's BFF and GF are in Cobra Kai. In many ways, Miguel Diaz is the heart of Cobra Kai. He's the one who's the closest with Johnny Lawrence and totally sees him as a father figure. One of the reasons he comes off so well is because of Cholo Maridueña, the actor who plays him perfectly in regards to emotional depth and other factors. But in real life, he's honestly a bit of a joker and loves to have fun. He also loves photography and has a second Instagram account dedicated just to that. Speaking of talents, he also has a talent for picking up a certain co-star. No, not Mary Mouser, Sam in the show, or his in-show girlfriend from Season 2 in Tori, but rather Hannah Keppel, who plays Moon, one of Samantha's friends. This pairing is curious because they honestly don't have a lot of scenes together, and she dated Hawk in Season 1 and part of Season 2. Yet they're apparently a great match for each other. Even Hannah noted that they started out as just friends, then they clicked, and the rest is history. Speaking of history, Cholo also has an epic BFF on the show, and it's a character/actor you're very familiar with if you've seen Cobra Kai. Yep, it's Hawk's own Jacob Bertrand. These two apparently hang out all the time when they're around and are always doing stunts, karate videos, or jokes together. It's always nice to see the show bringing good relationships into the cast's lives. Number 4. Same moves, new position. A key moment in Karate Kid history is at the beginning of the second movie, which takes place right after the legendary All Valley tournament. John Kreese is so angry at Johnny for losing that he puts him in a chokehold. This leads to Johnny leaving Cobra Kai in protest. But by Season 2, Johnny gives Kreese a second chance. And in the episode All In, Johnny finds himself in a very similar position as Kreese puts Johnny in a chokehold to try and teach a lesson to the students. This was very intentional. In crafting the karate choreography, we try to stay as close as possible to the specific Cobra Kai or Miyagi-Do styles and personalize it for each character. It made sense that he would use that move to demonstrate a way to immobilize an opponent and give him very few options for recovery. We love when callbacks reach beyond props or dialogue and actually extend into a character's physicality. And if you recall, Johnny did get out of it and proved a point to both his students and to Kreese. Number 3. Sam's injury in real life. As noted earlier, Mary Mouser plays the role of Samantha LaRusso, and she got pretty seriously hurt on the set of Cobra Kai. While trying to absorb a kick, she placed her hand in the wrong spot and it got knocked pretty hard enough for her to have to go to the ER. This unfortunate event meant that everyone had to wait until the following day to finish filming the high school hallway fighting scene. This is a key BTS fact for a very simple reason. While many shows like this make you think it's pretend because of certain depictions of violence, they're still doing karate. In fact, stars like Mary and Cholo and Jacob had to go through rigorous training in order to be ready for the show. If they weren't, it would literally come off as fake, and there's no fake in this dojo. Number 2. Low expectations. One of the best parts of the BTS story of Cobra Kai was that when it was announced, and announced for YouTube Red no less as that was its original home, fans weren't excited at all. I mean, think about it. This was just another attempt at Hollywood trying to regain old glory instead of coming up with new ideas. Or at least that's what many thought before watching the show. And the funny thing is, the cast knew about those expectations too. While discussing the success of the show, Ralph Macchio revealed that he knew all about the low expectations most people had leading up to their first time watching it. He said he knew that people were going to have low expectations about the show, but that he's glad so many people are pleasantly surprised by how good it is. In fact, that's why it got bought out by Netflix, because the quality was so good that the streaming service knew it had to continue. And it was a big hit for them when they brought out seasons 1 and 2 for more people to see, and season 3 shattered all expectations on the service. Sometimes those low expectations can make a show better to view. Number 1. Elizabeth Shue's teaser was done without her being cast for the show. In the finale of season 2 of Cobra Kai, we watch Johnny throw his phone away in frustration following the school brawl. As Johnny walks away, there's a shot of his phone and it's revealed he received a Facebook friend request from Ali, Elizabeth Shue's beloved character in The Karate Kid, who was responsible for launching the rivalry between Daniel and Johnny. Fans of the show were excited, as it seemed certain Ali would be in Season 3, but behind the scenes, the creators admit Shue hadn't agreed to be on the show yet. There was an open-mindedness of coming back, but it was far from firm, Hurwitz admits. She had voices in her ear that were encouraging her to do it, and then when she heard what we had planned for her, she got excited about it. Sure enough, she played a big role in Season 3, including settling up with both Daniel and Johnny and helping them to agree to stop being angry at each other, which played out huge in the season finale. She did joke about coming back, though, for Season 9. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the Cobra Kai franchise and the various behind-the-scenes facts that helped turn it into something even more than what you think? Were you surprised by all of the Easter eggs and work that went into the show? Or how about the behind-the-scenes relationships? What do you personally hope to see from Cobra Kai Season 4 when it arrives on Netflix? Let us know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.